Beloved child, I see you. I see your thirst, the longing in your soul for refreshment, for life, for hope that feels distant in this dry land. You walk through seasons of drought, where the soil cracks beneath your feet, and the sky seems silent, with no sign of rain. I know the emptiness you carry, the parched places in your heart, the dreams that seem withered, the prayers that feel unanswered. But hear my voice. This silence is not abandonment. This dryness is not forsaking. This is the place where deep roots grow. I am with you in the dry places. Even when you feel alone, I am there, my hand steady beneath you, my spirit whispering strength. Roots grow not in comfort, but in resistance, in the stretching deep beneath the surface, in the silent search for water hidden in the depths. Your soul is like a tree planted by streams of water. But sometimes, my beloved, those streams are not visible. They run deep beneath the surface, hidden from your sight. Trust in what you cannot see. Believe in the life flowing beneath the drought. Know that, even in this season of dryness, you are growing, even if you do not feel it now. I am working unseen miracles in your soul. The dryness is shaping you, teaching patience, resilience, and faith. You have been tested in ways you cannot measure, but I have not left you to wither. I have not forgotten your name. The roots I am growing in you are deep and strong. They reach into places of your spirit that need my nourishment most. Do not despair when the leaves do not sprout. Do not lose heart when the fruit seems absent. The growth beneath the surface is silent but sure. I am the God who brings life to dry bones, who causes rivers to flow in the desert, who makes the barren land blossom. Your soul is fertile ground. I am planting seeds of hope, seeds of love, seeds of faith. These seeds will sprout in my perfect time. They will grow into trees of righteousness, bearing fruit for my glory. But first, you must endure, you must trust, you must rest in my presence. I am your water in the desert. I am your shade in the scorching heat. I am the breath of life that fills your lungs when you feel like giving up. Hold on to me, beloved. Hold on to the promise that this dry land is a place of transformation. Your roots grow stronger here. Your faith deepens here. Your hope is renewed here. I see your struggles, your tears, your prayers. I gather them like precious jewels, and I am crafting a crown of glory for you. Do not rush the process. Do not force the growth. Let me work in my timing, in my way. You are not alone. I am with you, always. The dry land is not the end. It is the beginning of something greater, beloved. In this season of barrenness, when the earth beneath your feet feels cracked and weary, know that I am cultivating within you a strength unseen. Though the winds howl and the sun beats relentlessly, your roots are growing deeper than you realize, reaching into the hidden reservoirs of my grace and power. This is a sacred work, beyond your understanding. It is the slow forging of resilience, the quiet building of faith that cannot be shaken. Do not be discouraged by what is not yet visible. Growth often happens beneath the surface, where eyes cannot see, but the heart can sense. I am watering the deepest parts of your soul, where your hope is planted. I am nurturing the tender shoots of faith, even when they are buried beneath layers of pain. The dryness you endure is not punishment, but preparation, a refining process that strips away what is not needed, so that what remains is pure and strong. In the stillness, listen closely. I am speaking, not in thunder or earthquake, but in the gentle whisper that calls your name. I am inviting you to trust me fully, to rest in my timing, to believe in the unseen work I am doing. Your heart may grow weary, but I am your everlasting joy. Your spirit may faint, but I am your eternal strength. Remember the lilies of the field, how they neither toil nor spin, yet are clothed in beauty by my hand. You are more valuable than many lilies, and I will clothe you in glory, in my perfect season. Hold fast to the promise of renewal. Though the drought may seem endless, the rain will come, rivers will flow where there was once dryness, fruit will blossom where there was once barrenness. And when that day arrives, you will look back and marvel at the journey, how the dry lands cultivated deep roots of faith, how the waiting shaped your soul into a vessel of glory. I am with you in every moment, in the dryness and in the rain, in the waiting and in the fulfillment, in the pain and in the joy. You are never alone. You are held in my hands, kept by my love, and empowered by my spirit. Rest now, beloved, breathe in my peace. Let my presence be your refuge and strength. The dry land is a place of transformation, a holy ground where your faith is rooted deep, and from which new life will spring forth abundantly. Beloved child, hear my voice in the stillness of your heart, a voice that calls you tenderly, inviting you into the fullness of my love. No matter how far you may feel, no matter how heavy your burdens, my arms are always open, ready to receive. I call you not because of what you have done, but because of who you are, my beloved creation, made in my image, precious beyond measure. There is no mistake too great, no failure too deep, no wound too wide that my forgiveness cannot heal. Come to me with all your brokenness, with your regrets and your fears. Lay them down at my feet, and receive the gift of grace that sets you free. This is the heart of my kingdom, love that never fails, mercy that never ends, a forgiveness deeper than the ocean. You are not defined by your past, but by my promise to make all things new. The dry lands you have walked were not a curse, but a path leading you to my redeeming embrace. In the wilderness I met you not to condemn, but to cleanse. I call you now to rise from the ashes of regret, to stand tall in the newness of life I offer. Let my love wash over every part of you, the parts you hide, the parts you fear, the parts you think unworthy. You are worthy because I say you are. You are loved because I created you in love. You are called because I have a purpose for you. Do not shrink back in shame. Do not hide in fear. Step into the light of my presence. Walk boldly into the calling I have placed on your life. Your roots grow deeper in the dry lands, anchored in the soil of my grace. Your branches reach higher, stretching toward the heavens with hope and faith. The fruit you will bear: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control will be a testimony to my power and mercy. You are not alone on this journey. I am walking beside you, carrying you when you are weak, lifting you when you stumble, encouraging you when you grow weary. Trust in my unfailing love. Rest in my endless mercy. Believe in my calling for your life. The fire did not consume you, because you are held by a love that never lets go. The dry lands have shaped you, but my grace has saved you. Rise, beloved, and bloom in the light of my love. Beloved, I know the weight of waiting, the heaviness that settles in your spirit when days stretch into weeks, and weeks into months without relief. But hear me clearly. I am working, even when you cannot see. The soil of your soul is being prepared for a harvest beyond what you can imagine. Sometimes the greatest growth happens in the quiet moments of waiting, when nothing seems to change. Your faithfulness in the dry times is like a seed planted deep in fertile ground. It may be hidden now, but in due time it will sprout and blossom, bearing fruit that will nourish many. Trust that my timing is perfect. I am never late, nor early. I am always on time. I am the God who makes all things beautiful in their season. Rest in this truth, beloved. Let your heart find peace in my promises. Do not be afraid of the silence. Do not be discouraged by the drought. I am with you. My spirit flows within you, bringing life, hope, and strength. The dry lands are sacred ground. Here your roots grow deep. Here your faith is strengthened. Here your soul learns to trust me completely. Hold fast to me, beloved. Lean on me when you are weak. Draw from the well of my love when you are thirsty. You are never alone. I am your refuge, your fortress, your deliverer. The fire did not consume you, and the drought will not destroy you. You are being prepared for a purpose greater than you know. Rise in hope, rise in faith, rise in love. And watch as I bring beauty from the dry lands of your soul. Beloved, as you stand in the midst of the dry lands, feeling the heat of trials upon your skin, know that these are not mere hardships. They are the furnace of my refining love. In the depths of your soul, I am shaping a new creation, a vessel prepared for my glory. Though the landscape may seem barren, beneath the surface, the roots are growing strong, tangled deeply into the unshakable foundation of my promises. You have been planted in this place not by chance, but by my divine hand. Each moment of drought, each season of waiting, has been an opportunity for you to learn to trust me more fully. Trust is the soil in which faith takes root. It is the foundation upon which hope is built. You have sown seeds of patience, watering them with tears and prayers. Now, I am preparing to bring forth a harvest of peace, of joy, of abundant life. Remember, beloved, I do not measure growth by what the eyes can see, but by the heart's perseverance. The dry lands are fertile ground for transformation, where character is formed, where strength is born. When the storm rages and the sun scorches, do not despair. Look deeper into the unseen work of my spirit. I am at work, bringing life where there was none, creating beauty from ashes, turning mourning into dancing. Your faithfulness in this dry season is a fragrant offering to me, pleasing and pure. See your struggles. I honor your endurance, and I delight in your surrender. Let go of fear. Release the burdens of doubt and discouragement. Embrace the peace that comes from trusting me completely. I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble. Lean on me, beloved, let my love be the anchor that holds you steady. Know that the fire did not consume you, because you were wrapped in my protective arms. The dry lands have not defeated you, because my spirit sustains you. You are a testimony of my grace, a living proof of my faithfulness. Hold fast to hope, for it will not disappoint. The harvest is coming, a season of blessing, of fruitfulness, of overflowing abundance. Prepare your heart to receive it. Open your hands to embrace it. Lift your voice to praise me for it. Your journey through the dry lands is not the end of the story. It is the prelude to a glorious new beginning. I am with you always. I am for you always. And I am working all things together for your good. Rest now in my love. Rest in my peace. Rest in the certainty of my promises. You are deeply loved, precious in my sight, and chosen for a destiny filled with hope. Rise, beloved child of mine, and walk boldly into the future I have prepared for you, beloved. You have walked long in this barren season, yet your soul still reaches for me. That longing, that aching thirst that refuses to settle, is not a sign of weakness, but of holy perseverance. The world sees barrenness and assumes death, but I see what is hidden, the invisible roots pressing deeper, searching for me in silence, drinking from the wells no human eye can see. Your faith has not gone unnoticed, even in your smallest yes, even in the prayers you whispered through trembling lips. You've honored me, and I have drawn near. I know the days when you rise and feel nothing, when your hands lift out of habit, when the scriptures feel like desert wind against your skin, yet you stayed. You didn't run, you didn't curse the silence. You waited. And in that waiting, I have built something eternal. Let me reveal what you cannot see with the natural eye. Your roots have not only reached deeper into me, they've intertwined with rivers of eternal wisdom, streams of peace, springs of revelation. This desert has not dried your soul, it has distilled it. It has separated the surface from the sacred. The superficial has faded, and what remains is pure, eternal, grounded in me. Do not fear dryness anymore. It is not the absence of me. It is the shaping of space where only I can dwell. For in the silence, I dwell deeper. In the ache, I move closer, and in the waiting, I speak in layers the world cannot hear. Beloved, you are not forgotten, you are being formed. I do not rush growth that is holy. I do not hurry those I love. I take my time with you because you are sacred to me. You say, but Lord, I have nothing to show for this season. And I say, you have everything I desire, a heart still turned toward me. That is gold, that is beauty, that is worship. What the world calls emptiness, I call intimacy. What others mock as unproductive, I call fruitful in eternity. Beloved, this dryness will pass, but what is born here will not. What I plant in this soil will survive every storm, because it was rooted in trust. You will walk out of this land stronger, not because your strength grew, but because your dependence on me deepened. You will bless others, not because you were never dry, but because you learned to dig in the spirit where others only looked at the dust. You will be like a tree planted by rivers of living water, not a seasonal tree, but an eternal one, whose leaves do not wither, whose fruit feeds the hungry in ways unseen. Beloved, your roots are not weak. They are anchored in me. And because they are in me, they will hold through every wind, through every storm, through every drought that will come. I am proud of you. Yes, I, the holy wonderlight in your persistence. I am moved by your faith. When you feel nothing, I am honored by your worship when no rain falls. Do you know how rare it is for a soul to seek me only for who I am, and not just for what I give? You have become that kind of soul. And so, my child, I will continue to draw you deeper, not into more dryness, but into revelation, because now, you are ready to hear what others cannot, to see what others miss, to walk in what cannot be shaken. You have been trusted with the silent seasons, and now I will entrust you with my rain. But even more than that, I will entrust you with others. Yes, from these dry lands you will become an oasis to many, not because you never thirsted, but because you learned to drink from me alone. You will speak life to the weary. You will carry oil for the broken. You will walk into dry places, and rivers will begin to rise within you. And you will not fear the heat again, because you will know the deeper the dryness, the greater the glory that follows it. Let me continue this work. Do not rush what is sacred. Do not despise what is silent. I am still speaking, and you, beloved, are still becoming. Beloved, now that your roots have stretched into the depths where others do not reach, let me show you what comes next. This is not the end of the wilderness. This is the beginning of rivers, because I have seen your perseverance. I have watched your secret obedience. I have treasured your whispered surrender in the unseen hours, and I am sending the rain. Yes, beloved, the clouds are gathering, not to crush, but to bless. not to destroy, but to pour. You once wept over dry ground, but now that same ground will respond. It will yield, it will open, it will bring forth. The places that were cracked and lifeless will soften at my word. And what was hidden in the soil, every promise, every prayer, every unseen act of love will begin to sprout. You will not need to strive to make it bloom. The bloom is mine, the harvest is mine, but because you believed me in the drought, you will now carry the joy of the harvest. The pain was not for nothing. The delay was not a denial. The silence was not absence. It was deep preparation for an outpouring beyond what you asked. What I am building in you now will not break, because it was not built in performance, but in pain, not in applause, but in intimacy. Let me show you the mystery, the ones I trust. Most are not those who moved the loudest crowds, but those who stood in silence with me and didn't walk away. And you didn't walk away. When everything in you screamed for comfort, you stayed. When your heart broke and no one noticed, you brought it to me. When your voice was weak, you still whispered, "Here I am, Lord." I heard it. Heaven heard it. And now the time has come. Beloved, I am awakening the seeds buried in the silence. Some you forgot, some you let go of long ago. But I did not forget, and I never let go. They have been germinating in hiddenness, and now they rise stronger because they broke through the earth of hardship. You will soon see green where there was only dust. You will see others healed in the places where you bled. You will speak life in the places where you once sat in silence. You will carry rain inside of you. Yes, I will make you a well, a source that others can drink from, not because you are perfect, but because you are filled. Filled not with what the world gives, but with what only my spirit can pour. I will give you new language for others. Pain, you will speak not from theory, but from experience. Not with pride, but with compassion. The same hands that clung to me in desperation will now carry others into healing. You are being sent, but not yet. First, I must fill you completely, for the rain is not just for you, but to overflow through you. You are not a survivor of the wilderness. You are a carrier of my rain, a vessel of my word, a tree whose fruit will feed nations. And the greatest revelation is this: you don't have to try to make it happen, you only have to remain. Remain in me, remain rooted, remain resting. The one who sends the rain, I am the one who brings the increase. I am the one who causes what is sown in tears to return in songs of joy. Let the tears remain holy. Let the soil of your pain remain sacred. Let the memory of the dry lands keep your heart soft, so that when the fruit comes, you will not forget the one who gave it. Beloved, I will not waste a single step of your journey, even the detours, even the losses, even the days you felt like you failed me. I redeem them all. And in this new season, you will see my redemptive hand like never before. Watch me open doors you didn't knock on. Watch me bring fruit from seeds you forgot you planted. Watch me send the rain, and when it falls, don't run for shelter. Open your hands, lift your face, drink deeply, for this rain is not for survival, it is for overflow, for rivers, for revival, and it begins in you. Beloved, now that you have walked with me through the wilderness of silence, through the fire that did not consume, and through the dryness that did not kill your hope, you are ready, not ready in human strength, but ready in spirit, ready because you are no longer looking for reward, but for obedience, no longer chasing outcomes, but abiding in me. What I poured into you in the dry lands was never meant to stay only in you. I planted rivers in your soul so that they would flow outward, bringing life to others who are still walking where you once wept. Now, beloved, you carry something sacred, not just wisdom, but presence. My presence in you is not fragile. It does not fade with time or noise. It has been forged in fire, in quietness, in surrender, and now, I call you to pour it out. You will meet hearts that carry the same ache you once hid. Eyes that look to the sky for rain, with dry mouths and silent prayers. Do not pass them by. Because now you know the signs. You can hear the pain in their silence. You can see the thirst behind their smile, and to them, you will not offer shallow answers. You will not try to fix, nor to rush, nor to pretend. You will offer presence, my presence. You will sit with them in their drought. You will remind them that the dry land is not punishment. You will water them with compassion. You will carry my voice to the hurting, and when they cannot pray, you will pray for them, just as I interceded for you. This is the mystery of the kingdom. Those who are broken become bearers of healing. Those who weep become the ones who comfort. Those who thirst become fountains. I made you a well, not just for you, but for them. And as you pour out, you will never run dry, because the source is not your effort. The source is me. Keep your roots in me, and I will cause your branches to stretch far, not in fame, but in fruitfulness. Not in noise, but in nourishment. You will feed others not with theories, but with truth lived in pain, redeemed by love, restored by grace. Do not be afraid to speak. Do not hold back the testimony, even the broken parts, especially them, because in your honesty, others will find hope, and in your weakness, they will see my strength. What you learned in the wilderness was not for waste. What you carried in silence will now become the song that sets others free. This is how the kingdom grows, one healed soul at a time, reaching for another, until the garden spreads through desert places. Beloved, you are my hands now. You are my voice. You are my vessel. Not because you are perfect, but because you are willing. Keep walking slowly. Stay low. Stay tender. Remain rooted. I will lead you to the thirsty. I will guide you to those whose prayers have grown faint. And through you, I will remind them that I never left, that I see them, that I still speak, that their roots, too, can grow deep in dry lands. The garden I planted in your soul will now scatter seed into others, and what was once your wilderness will become a pathway for many. Walk it again, this time, not alone. Walk it beside the hurting, and let the same water that healed you heal them. This is the beauty of surrender, that what nearly broke you becomes a place where others are made whole. You have walked long with me, and now I lead you gently into the season of multiplication, but not as the world multiplies. No platforms, no noise, no applause, but the multiplication that comes in secret, where one soul touches another, an eternal seed is quietly sown. You have become a living garden, not built overnight, but cultivated by every surrendered moment, every dry morning when you chose to hope, every aching evening when you whispered my name instead of giving up. And now the wind begins to blow through you, carrying the fragrance of what I have grown. Those who pass near you won't always understand, but their spirits will respond. Because what is holy cannot be explained, only felt, and you carry my holiness now. Not because of status, but because of your stillness. You did not rush me, and now I can trust you with more. Beloved, there are souls I will send to you whose wounds are fresh, whose roots are shallow, whose ground is still cracked from the heat of their own wilderness. And when they come, I do not ask you to give them answers, I ask you to give them me. You've learned how to carry me in silence, in humility, in tears. You carry me now in your posture, in your gaze, in your gentle way of listening. You have become the soil where new things can be born, because a soul that has known suffering with me becomes safe ground for others to heal. I am bringing them to you one by one, and I will water them through you, not with speeches, but with compassion, not with noise, but with nearness, and what they don't understand with words, they will receive through presence, the same presence you once longed for and learned to carry in the dryness. This is how my kingdom expands, through hidden ones, faithful ones, those who love in secret and give without being seen. You will not always know what your obedience is doing. You will not always see the fruit that grows in others because of your faithfulness. But I see, I know, and it matters. You are no longer in survival, beloved. You are in service, but service that flows from overflow, not exhaustion. Because now, you don't run dry. You have tapped into me, into the endless well of my spirit. And even when you are poured out, you remain full. Others will marvel at your peace. They will not understand how you remain unshaken while everything around them trembles, and you will simply smile and say, my roots go deep. Yes, beloved, they go deep enough to steady others. They go deep enough to shade the weary. They go deep enough to anchor whole fields. And soon, very soon, you will begin to see what I see, a forest of souls growing beside you. Each one rooted because you stayed rooted. You are no longer a single tree in the desert. You are a witness of what happens when one soul refuses to let go of me. That I will multiply that surrender 1,000-fold. And what began as quiet obedience will bloom into eternal impact. You may never be known by crowds. You may never stand before kings. But you will be known by heaven, and you will sit beside the broken, as I once sat beside you. There is more still to come, more to plant, more to heal, more to carry. And in the next season, I will begin to open doors you never dared to knock on, not to elevate you, but to allow more water to flow through you, because what you carry now must be given freely, just as it was given to you. Beloved, I am not finished. This story is still being written, still being watered, still breaking open the earth. You are still becoming, and through you, others are beginning. Let the roots go deeper still. Let the garden keep expanding. Let the fragrance reach the lost. And when you look up one day and see all that has grown around you, know this, it began in the dry lands. It began when you said yes in silence. Beloved, now you see what I was doing all along. The dry lands you feared, the wilderness that broke you open, the silence that felt unbearable, was never the end. It was the threshold, for in that dry land I built a sanctuary within you, not made of stone, but of surrender, not raised by hands, but by faith. Did not take you there to forget you. I led you there to remember you more deeply, to remind your soul of its true source, to strip away the noise until only love remained. And now you walk as one who has seen me, not in dreams, not in visions, but in the long, holy ache of trust. In the days you had nothing left but me, and discovered, I was enough. This is the sacred mystery. What was meant to bury you became the very ground where eternity was planted. You are no longer only rooted in pain, you are rooted in glory, in me. And now, beloved, lift your eyes. The horizon has changed. Do you see it? Where there was once only dust, there are blossoms. Where your tears fell, flowers bloom. Where your footsteps once stumbled in silence, new shoots rise behind you, others finding the path you cleared. This was never just about you. It was about the generations your roots would touch. It was about the harvest that could only grow from the soul that stayed faithful in the drought. You have become a resting place for the presence of God, and through you, others will rest, others will return, others will believe again. Your fruit is not fame, your fruit is transformation. You carry me now, not only as your deliverer, but as your friend, your breath, your source, your everything. And because you stayed in me, even when the ground cracked and the rain refused to fall, you will now walk in a harvest not made by your hands, but by my spirit. The roots you grew in the deep now hold you in the heights. I have lifted you, not to be seen but to see more clearly. You will look at the dry lands with new eyes, not with fear, but with reverence. Because you know what they birthed, you know who met you there. And now, you are free, free to walk in peace, free to pour out without fear, free to carry joy that is not shallow, but eternal. Heaven has marked you, and I have called you mine. You are not who you were, you are healed. You are whole, you are rooted, you are radiant, and when others ask you where the joy came from, you will answer gently, it grew in the dry lands, and I will smile, because I was with you all along. The drought was never death, it was the doorway to abundance. Now go, beloved. Go and live as one who has walked with me. Go and bloom without fear. Go and carry heaven in every step. The rain has come, the garden remains, and eternity remembers every seed.